guys, I'm Kimberly, and today I'm going to be talking about road trips. I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorite snacks and advice for those road trips. They can be super overwhelming and daunting, coming up with ways that you're going to eat, find places that you're going to eat. So I'm going to give you a little bit of tips and share with you some of my experiences being on the road. It's not even that far into summer and I'm exhausted. I've been in the emergency room twice with my 2-year-old who split his head open not once but twice in the exact same spot. He busted open his stitches, and so we were in the emergency room again. And when it rains it pours. My husband's sweet grandma passed away a few days ago, so we are leaving for a road trip tomorrow. We're leaving tomorrow. So I am getting ready to get in the car and travel. We are going a few states away, so it's going to be a long trip. It takes us about 10 hours to get there. So I'm going to share with you the things that I got to help make the trip a little bit easier, especially with 3 kids in the car. I need to keep my sanity. So there's so much going on, and you don't really want to have to worry about food. Food is the last thing that you want to be worried about. And a lot of the times when you have celiac or when you're on this gluten-free diet, it becomes a top priority. And you know, especially if I'm going to a funeral, I don't want to be worried about when I'm going to be able to eat or anything like that. So I try to take the stress out of the situation by bringing a lot of my own food and having options for myself so that it doesn't make the situation even worse. So one of my very favorite snacks is Schneider's gluten-free pretzel sticks. I think they're great. They are great road trip food because they're super crunchy, they keep you awake, they just are nice to eat. I just have to keep them away from my kids because my kids love these and they will eat them the whole bag. So I have to hide them from them. But they're really, really good. I try to stay away from them in my daily life because they are almost too good and I will eat the whole bag as well. So I usually save these for things like road trips because they're super good. I love the texture. They're a lot harder than regular pretzels, which I actually like. They're a lot crunchier. They have a great flavor, super good. And so I highly recommend it. They're also certified gluten-free. And I've never gotten sick eating them. I always feel safe eating them. Another one of my favorites is this Boom Chicka Pop sweet and salty kettle corn. I think it's so good. It's also a good snack. Popcorn's such a great idea to eat in the car because it's easy to eat and it's a great snack food. Plus I love the sweetness of it. It's not too much sweet. I just right out and it's just a great snack. Another one of my favorites, which I never let myself buy or eat, are these Pamela's shortbread cookies. I love them. They are so good. I don't know what it is. I literally never eat these except for like road trips and stuff. When you need a cookie, you need a cookie. And when I'm stuck in the car with 3 kids, sometimes I need a cookie. And these are great. I love them. And my kids don't really like them that much, so I get them all to myself. Another thing that I love, I eat these pretty much daily. I love them. Kind bars, they are lifesavers. I love these little mini ones because the big ones, I feel like I'm eating a giant candy bar. but these little ones, they will tide me over to when I can actually eat a real meal. So good, and I don't get like super angry when I eat these, because I get angry when I get really hungry. So these are really good for me to keep around. I always have one in my purse. My 2-year-old usually is rummaging through trying to steal them because he loves them as well. But yeah, these are great tools to use. And if you don't always have a Kind bar in your bag or your purse or your backpack or your pocket, you need to start carrying one of these around. One of my favorite crackers are these gluten-free, the Lance's gluten-free cheddar crackers. I feel like they taste a lot like Cheez-Its. They have a great flavor. They're good. I just can't eat a lot of them, which is a good thing. So I like to eat these whenever you feel the need of a cheese cracker. They're great. Another one of my, these are actually better. These cheese crackers, these Van Say Cheese. I cannot buy these because I love them so much. And like, there's not very many in the whole box, and I can literally eat the entire box. So yes, I bought these just for the road trip because I love them so much. And they're so good. I love them better than the other ones. I don't know what, it's just good, so good. Another thing that I like to bring, you can always throw some cereal in. That's always a great option, especially if you're staying at somebody's house. Bring a bag of cereal, or always stop at the store before you get to somebody's house if you're staying with them, or even at the hotel. I always bring cereal. A lot of hotels have refrigerators. You can pick up some milk and bring a bowl and a spoon, and then you have breakfast and you don't have to worry about breakfast. But for this road trip, I got some gluten-free granola, which I love to eat. It's a super small package, so it's easy to travel with. I'll even pack this in my suitcase when I fly on the plane so that I always have breakfast. I don't like to go without breakfast in the morning. It makes me stressed if I am gonna go out and I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be able to eat. So it makes me feel better when I can eat breakfast and know that I'm gonna eat a good meal. I've even come home to the hotel and eaten this for dinner. Just always having something in your back pocket that you know that you're gonna be able to eat is a great tool to have. So I highly recommend either bringing some gluten-free granola, make sure it's gluten-free. Oats are not always gluten-free, so you have to be certified gluten-free. So make sure that you are getting gluten-free granola, and it makes a huge difference. I only have to eat a little bit of this and I'm full, so it's just great for traveling. Another thing that I'm bringing is these brownie brittle chocolate chip, again with the cookies. I have an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 2-year-old, and when we're all stuck in the car together, sometimes I just need a treat. And so I don't buy these because I'm in my 30s now, and my metabolism has decided to stop, so I can't eat these daily. But for special occasions, for traveling, I always like to bring treats with me because they just make me feel better. So I highly recommend doing the same, even if you're on a constant diet like I am. One of the greatest things that I can recommend is bringing a loaf of bread. I love, this is like a great travel bread. If I am traveling on the airplane, I will freeze it and put it in my suitcase frozen. It holds together easier that way, and it's less likely to get all mushy and stuff, so it holds together usually pretty well. Even if you're flying long distances, I recommend freezing it, throwing it in your suitcase frozen so that you can have this with you. I've gone on a lot of cruises. I always bring bread with me, traveled all over Europe. Bringing a loaf of bread, if I'm gone for a long time, I will shove as many loaves of bread in my suitcase as I can, because you know, usually you can find peanut butter or some kind of nut butter at the store, honey, whatever. Having a sandwich to take with you is a lifesaver. So I highly recommend this. I actually like this brand to travel. I know that this brand isn't a lot of people's favorites, the new one. Why it's a great one to travel with is because it doesn't need to be toasted. It's soft just out of the package. So if you're staying at somebody's house, it's never a good idea to use their toaster, and the other kind of bread is kind of gross when you don't toast it. So that's why I bring this one, that I can just eat it out of the package. I don't have to worry about it. It travels well. So this Udi's soft white gluten-free bread is a great one to bring. Another thing, the last thing I'm bringing is some gluten-free hamburger buns. So it's in the middle of the summer, and barbecues happen. It's just a good idea. I actually got these at Trader Joe's, and I love them. Just pop them in the microwave for a few seconds and get them nice and warm, and they're ready to go for a barbecue, and you can have a hamburger bun. So I'm taking a lot of stuff with me, but I'm in the car, so I can just throw a bunch of stuff in there, and it makes it a lot easier. When I'm traveling, I try to limit, kind of try to shove as much as I can in my suitcase. And mostly when I'm traveling on the airplane, I bring a lot of bars. I bring a lot of kind bars with me. Try to fit as many loaves of bread in there, and then try to find a convenience store or a grocery store once I'm there to buy a few extra stuff, so I can always have some food on hand. Also, there's great gluten-free apps that you can go on to find along the road if you want to stop somewhere. I always just get a little scared about doing that, because if I'm not familiar with the restaurants or something, you really don't want to be sick on my trip. So, but having some tools to help you is going to make a big difference. So I hope some of this helped. Please comment down below if you have any questions, or if you want to add to your favorite snacks. Yeah, I'd love to hear what your favorite snacks are traveling, or what your tips are for traveling, because I'm always open to new things. So yeah, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you back next time. Thanks so much for watching.